All right, welcome in. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Jackson Show. And today, who is ready for the updated top 25 that I've got this week? So, we start with the teams. I'm sorry. I'm jumping straight in. But before I do, I got to ask that you leave a comment, and subscribe. It means so much to me and all the work that I put in to make this show continue to grow. So please leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel. And yes, we are going to get straight into it. We start with the teams that have dropped from the rankings. Number 24, LSU, and number 21, Illinois. Both teams lost this week. Disappointing losses. I think it was more embarrassing for LSU. More disappointing was Illinois. And they're both outside the top 25 heading into week 10. Our mentions go to Iowa, Boise State, San Diego State, Washington, and Tulane. There was a serious consideration for USF falling out of the rankings, but considering that the teams they lost to were better than them, they will remain in for the current week. 25 is actually USF. 24, Memphis. Memphis fell out of the rankings due to their loss against, I believe it was, UAB, who's sitting at the bottom of the American Conference right now, and we don't know what UAB is going to be, but we do know that they fired their coach, which is why it was just a bad loss for Memphis. Good bounce back win, though, this week against USF. Number 23 is Houston. Only lost the one game. I can't remember who they lost to. They've played hard all year, played with passion, with spirit. They're very good, very talented. They were not ranked last week, new to the rankings this week. So those are the two teams that got added to this week's rankings. Now we keep moving on. Number 22 is Navy. They are, Navy, one of the 6 teams that remain undefeated in college football. No ranked team lost this past Saturday. I think that's interesting. Because the road ahead, and this is why this is interesting, because the road ahead for all the 3 of these, or all 6 undefeated teams, gets tougher. A&M, I think, is the only one that has a legitimate shot to finish undefeated. Indiana, maybe. I could see them finishing undefeated as well. There's a trap game in there, though. Penn State, going to Penn State. They're going to give you some trouble there. Ohio State, Michigan at the end of the season. Georgia Tech, they play Georgia at the end of the season. Navy plays Army. There's a threat to each one of these undefeated teams. I don't have BYU scheduled. That's the only reason why I didn't mention them. At 21, Missouri. I think we all know what Missouri is at this point. They play A&M this week. Just lose so that we can get you out of the rankings. Because, they can't beat ranked opponents. Haven't done it all season. Lost to Alabama. I can't remember. Lost to a Vandy. So, can't beat ranked teams. You're definitely not going to beat the 3rd team in the country this week. Virginia. At 7-1, close call versus UNC. I had them actually moving down 3 spots because of how close they played Bill Belichick and UNC. Didn't expect that to be a close game. Kind of caught me by surprise, and I think it caught a lot of other people by surprise too. That it was like UNC, man, they're still in this thing. They have a chance to win. And at the end, I think a lot of people were rooting for UNC. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. If Deion Sanders can win a conference game, you can too. Number 18, Louisville. They continue to impress. Move up spot 6, Number 17 is Michigan. Number 19 is Utah. I haven't talked about Utah in a minute. Utah, they're out for the playoff unless they make the Big 12 championship game, which, You had to beat Texas Tech to get there, and Texas Tech is pretty good. Louisville is 18. Michigan is 17. Unimpressive against Michigan State. And I was talking about it earlier where they have a formula to win, but everybody knows your formula. Play power football. And look, Bryce Underwood didn't take $10 million to hand the ball off every game. Your scheme is not going to be the scheme of, say, Jim Harbaugh. It's not going to be the same because of the quarterback that you have at the school. The talent there with Bryce is amazing. The potential is there. But this is not going to be the same offense. This can't beat the Shea Patterson offense or the Davis Warren offense or the J.J. McCarthy offense. It's going to be different. It's got to be different. Number 16 is Tennessee. They've also failed to beat big teams in big games. They play Oklahoma this week. And speaking of Oklahoma, 15, 6-2. They're the 15th in the country. No surprise. Both these teams are out. Despite, look at the teams ahead of them. There's a limited to small chance that they get in. Number 14 is Cincinnati. Continuing to impress offensively. Sorsby might be a Heisman finalist. He's an underrated, I won't say he's going to be a Heisman finalist, but he's an underrated sleeper pick to win the Heisman. I don't think anybody in the country is talking about Sorsby for Heisman. He's put up some good games. So you got to keep your eye out for number 2 with the Bearcats. Number 13, Texas Tech. Will Hammond gets injured, next man up. Just the backup quarterback to Will Hammond just plays great. Morton's going to come back after Tech's bye this week. We'll see how they play after that. But, they got 3 really, really good quarterbacks in that system. Or maybe it's just the system. Number 12, Notre Dame. With the first couple of weeks of the season, Jeremiah Love wasn't really getting going. We were talking about Jeremiah Love. Is he that guy? He's going. And now guess what? He's going to be, he's a Heisman finalist. Inside the top 4, I believe. Number 11, Miami at 6-1. Arguably 7-0. SMU lost. One step closer to getting to the conference championship game. Gonna need a little help from the top. But I think we would all love Georgia Tech, Miami. Miami's never won the conference. Georgia Tech, I don't think, has ever won that conference. Number 10 is Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia and Vandy, what they're doing up there. It's been pretty impressive. What my Vanderbilt has turned into is a great team that they play well. They run the ball. That's one of the most physical things that you can do in college football, run the ball. And that's what they do. Number 9, Georgia Tech. Undefeated, have not lost. The road ahead doesn't get much harder than this until you play Georgia. What I have coming up. And with Georgia Tech, look, Haynes King is a dog, and they play great defense. These last couple of games have just been trap games, and I think it's going to be like that until they get to Georgia. Number 8 is Oregon. 7-1. Close call versus Wisconsin at home. Trap game. They go to Iowa this week. Iowa's offense has been on fire as of late. Number 7, BYU. 8-0. The Cougars look like the best team in the country. Or, not the best team in the country, but they look like the best team in the Big 12. Look like a team that can make the semifinal round. Bear Bachmeier. He's the superstar leading that offense. And I am fully on. You got to show me, but I don't believe BYU can make it to that conference championship game undefeated because they were undefeated last year, and then they dropped 4 or 5 in a row and ended up in the position that they were in. Different quarterback this year, but still, same coaching, same BYU potentially. I don't trust it. You won the Holy War, and we're proud of you. Win the rest of your games. Number 6 is Ole Miss. 7-1, just beat Oklahoma and Norman. I believe they have a bye this week. Played incredible football. And hey, Trinidad Chambliss, he's got to be up there for the Heisman. He's played well enough to be in that discussion. And I think discounting him, keeping him out of that top 10, I think it would just be a disrespect to Chambliss and all that he's done, and Lane Kiffin and all that he's done. Number 5, Georgia. The one loss, they can end the season with more than one. They play Texas coming up, Georgia Tech at the end of the season. Number 4, Alabama. Moved Alabama down. They play good football, but it was a close one versus South Carolina. Maybe looking ahead to Oklahoma next week. Maybe looking ahead to LSU. Who knows? Number 3, Texas A&M. Incredible game Saturday. As a matter of fact, Marcel Reeve had Brian Kelly fired. Unstoppable. I talked about it yesterday. 5 straight touchdowns. Indiana's number 2. Hot UCLA teams coming to your house. Shut them down. 50 points on their head easily. And number 1, Ohio State. Could have a different number 1 team coming up. Just to recap, top 25 looks a little bit like this. USF is 25. Memphis 24. Houston 23. Number 22 is Navy. Number 21 is Missouri. 20 is Virginia. 19 Utah. 18 Louisville. 17 Michigan. 16 Tennessee. 15 Oklahoma. 14 Cincinnati. 13 Texas Tech. 12 Notre Dame. 11 Miami. 10 Vanderbilt. 9 Georgia Tech. 8 Oregon. 7 BYU. 6 Oklahoma. 5 Georgia. 4 Alabama. 3 Texas A&M. 2 Indiana. And 1 Ohio State. Comment down below what your rankings are, if there's anything I should change to mine. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Jackson Show, and as always, bring a friend.